All right, is there anyone joining me for some printing, some jelly plate printing? Got my card, remember? Oh, I'll show you some samples because I sat down the other day and had a play. These are Lush and they're all in only a couple of colours, but you don't need a lot of colours. This is the darkest one, so I'll show you that one first. That's the ugliest one. I'm going to go from ugly through to, well, I shouldn't say ugly. My least favourite to my most favourite. Let me choose. So this is my next one. So we're heading towards my favourite ones. Oh no, I do like that. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to show you all these because I like all of these. And these three. So there's that one. And look at that. Look at that. This is what you can create with a dirty gel plate. So we're going to explore dirt. It's not really dirt, it's messy gel plates give you the best prints. They really, really do. Don't clean your gel plates if you don't have to. Don't do it because you think you should. Because you'll be losing out on the experience of creating this extra bit of grunge that comes from what's already on there. This one's full of grunge. All of this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And this one, all this grunge is from what's left over on the gel plate. So they're the best bits. They're the interesting bits. And you can't repeat anything that you've done. So I'll just show you what I've done there, but I can't repeat them because every time you do a gel print, it's unique, it's a one-off, and no matter how hard you try, you can never do it a second time. So I have my gel plate. It's dirty. It's got, I was playing with it earlier today, and I use green. I'm not a big fan of the green, so we're going to get rid of the green, and I thought I might just put some blue. I'm going to take you down to the table. No, Anne. No, Annie, you don't clean the gel plate. Okay, so I won't be able to see comments now because the screen has disappeared from my view. So all this is dry. See, it's dry, which is how you want your dirty bits, right? You want it dry. So I'm just going over this, shake it down in one colour like that. Oh, I could do a couple of colours. No, I'll just do one colour. Oops. And you just, oh, that's what I wanted these for. I'm going to roll off onto my art journal pages. That's what I thought I might do, instead of onto photocopy paper. So just clean the brush. And the reason I'm doing that at this stage is because I've put a little bit too much paint on here, and I'm thinning it down by lifting it off with the brayer and removing it over here. I just want a thin layer. I think I'm not there. Oops. Oh, it fell out. Hang on. Funny story with this, but you might think I'm a dag, so I won't tell you about it. Okay, and just roll it off. The technical term for this in my art journal is breaking a page. So I've now broken a page in one art journal. So now we just have blue, and we had the green underneath. So what you do is put your card. This is just A4 card cut in half. This gel plate was a bigger size. I think it was an A4 size. It was too big for me. I never work on things. I gave it a go, but I didn't enjoy it. So I Googled how to change the size of your gel plate, and it said cut it with scissors, but cut it straight up and down. Like, don't like that. It's got to be straight up and down like that. Now, what you can do, nice firm pressure. So, because the green paint was dry and the blue paint was wet, the blue paint will lift the green paint up. I'll just check that that's what's actually happened. Yes, it has. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Look, 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 look. So you can see already that's a lot cleaner. Oh. And you just gently shift the paint out of the way. Peel it off like that. And look at that. How lush is that? See, you don't get that with a clean gel plate. That's the kind of look you get when you make the most out of your dirty gel plates. So we'll just quickly dry that. And then I have a secret hiding place, because under my craft sheet I have an old mat. And then if I want something flattened out, I stick it under the craft mat, the cutting mat. Okay, so now it's only a little bit dirty. Now I thought we might do some stamping. We can do stamping on the gel plate, and we can just use ink if we like. There's no reason why we can't. So I'm going to do the tree. This is from Carved Whimsy Wood, I think it is. And I'm just stamping up the branches because I quite like how they just have like tentacles kind of thing. Just around. And I'm just putting a border with the black ink around the edge. So creating a border like that. Oh, that's nice. And I might just put one more over there. Don't overthink it. Just, we'll go into the center a bit more. Oh yes, look at that. I don't know if you can see. So that's how that's looking. Always put the lids back on your ink pads so they don't dry out. Now, that won't take too long to dry. So what we might do is put on a couple of colours. I thought this is Carnation. I used Dina Wakley paints. Well, that's probably a bit much, but that's okay. And light and dark. So the dark pink, this is magenta. The reason I like these colours is because they're quite thick, so they work well. They're not watery paints, they're a heavy bodied paint. I'm going to have another art journal page ready, yeah, far too heavy, far too heavy. A little bit of black ink come off, and we'll go in and bring it down. And I need to get rid of a bit more. That's enough for that page. Put that aside. And I just want to lift some of the excess paint off like that. Might bring that pink down like that. You can play with the paints at this stage as much as you want. I could go in with a stencil, but I'm not, because today we're going to be exploring stamping. So with this one, you know, if you've seen the whale wishes, you might have some bubble stamps. So when you stamp onto paint, it lifts the paint off. So I could actually lift it off and put it down there. Lift it off, put it down there. And vice versa. I could also I'm just going to cover it in bubbles because that'll give it a nice layer. I could go in, let's go in with maybe turquoise. Why not? A little bit on the craft sheet, and I like to just spread it really thin, really thin. You do not want this to be thick at all. And I'm going to go in with the same bubbles and stamp some blue bubbles. We'll see if it works. It might work. This is just playing with stamps and paint and gel plates. All right. Oh, maybe one more up there. And then that goes straight into my water container, so that you don't want the paint to dry. If the paint dries, it's very hard to get the paint off, very hard. This I don't know if it will work because the paint was a little bit thick when I put it on. The carnation came out a lot thicker than what I thought it would. Must remember that. And you just rub it all over like that. Oh, wow. Wow, check that out. So you can see where I stamped the top of the tree. So you might have stamps that are branches. You could put branches that go across, and you can see the bubbles and the blue bubbles. You can see the blue and you can see the white ones. So when you stamp onto a gel plate into the paint, it lifts the paint off. So that will give you the white marks. So that's another really nice one. Oh, and bonus, there was still a little bit of green on my gel plate. So how cool is that with the trees? That was lucky. Put it under there to flatten out while we still keep playing. So we've got pinks, a couple of different pinks left on here. So we might go in with a blue, because blue and pink look nice. And I'll try not to put too much on this time. And I might go in with a white. So this one is called Buff. It's not white. It's yeah, oh, it's very neutral. Very neutral. It's a cream, but without. But it's not a yellow cream. It's a very pale brown, I guess. So there we go, up into the blue. And I'm going to grab another sheet from my art journal. I'm going to bring the blue down. Just spread it out. Oh, that's nice and thin. I think you've got to experiment and play, because you'll work out what works and what doesn't work quite quickly. Now, I thought it might be fun. We could go in, this is a seaweed one. It's, what set is it from? Whale Wishes. And again, sort of got a seaweedy look to it. And twist your stamp around, take it to the edge so that the stamping goes off the edge, and just do random bits like that. And then, yes, you know, straight into the water, just so the paint doesn't stick. So here we have a nice print. So we need another piece of card. Put it down like that. Give it a nice firm press. You don't have to go super hard. You can spread out your stamped image if you go too hard. So medium pressure all over. Make sure you get all the bits, because they're the bits that you're going to lift up. I'll just see if that's worked. Yes. I tell you what, today's my lucky day with printing. What do you think? Do you like that one? Do you like that one? I like that one. I like all the different colours in it. It lifted that dark pink and the light pink, so I'll just dry that off. It's not all that wet to start with because the paint was quite thin. Right, the other thing I thought might be of interest to you is a little bit of reverse stamping on a gel plate, because I don't know whether we've done that before. I'm trying to find oh, here it is. Crazy Monsters. That's the Crazy Monsters set from Rubber Dance. Now, if you look at the bird and the mozzie, they're both pointing in the same direction, facing the same direction. I thought it might be fun to try and have it so that one's having a conversation with the other. So for that to happen, one of them has to be facing the opposite way. So this is how we do it. You get that. I have that's the bird, that's the mozzie. I think you'll fit on there. Right, I'm going to ink him up. Now, as a guide, he's going to be like there. So the mozzie, because they fly, I'm going to put him up higher. We're not stamping him at the moment. It's really hard to see. Hold him up. Can you see him? There he is, right there. Can you see? Right. Don't know if it'll work. Hope it does. So the next thing, we might do a nice, make sure it's dry. Do a nice two-tone background again. Remember, you don't need it too thick, just nice and thin. And we'll go for the light colour again up the top. Oh, this is the one that came out quickly before, so I'll just go a bit more gentle this time. Right. And just spread it over like that. Bring that down till you're happy with it. Roll off my brayer. Not too fussy. We'll do some random stamping. Oh, this is from Doodle Borders 2 from Rubber Dance. So I'm just going to do some random stamping with this. Thought it might be a bit of fun. And just create some hanging vines. because that might go with these crazy critters, or crazy monsters, aren't they? All right, so that's it. You guessed it, it's in the water. You have to do that straight away, because if the paint dries, you may not be able to get it off all that well. If you can't, it could affect the next time that you stamp your image. So that's what we've done with that. But I thought it might also be fun to, let's go back to this is that seaweed stamp that I used earlier. I'm just cleaning the paint off it and dry it with a bit of paper towel. Like that. Nothing too fancy. This one I've got backing on, so it goes straight onto there, and in the dark pink, just to keep in with the theme of the background with the pinks. Spread that out really thin, as thin as you can. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of prettiness in pink. And then pop that back, yes, you guessed it, back into the water. That's something that it's just a habit that you have to get into of making sure you do it. So now all we need is a piece of card. And pop it on top. I washed my hands in the water and now all the paint's coming off my fingers as I'm rubbing. Okay, nice firm, medium pressure is all that's needed. Let's see if it's worked. Oh. I actually like the background, but my mozzie didn't come out. My mozzie hasn't worked. But that is a gorgeous lush background. I will use that on another project. Let's see if we can get this mozzie off the page though. So what I'm going to do is put a bit more paint just into that area. Like that. Get my brayer. Cover the mozzie. Oh, I don't know if that's enough. Put a bit more on there. Like this. Okay, and then let's see if the mozzie comes off this time. Give it a good firm rub. Like that. And yeah, you can see the mozzie has come off onto the background. So that was an easy fix. That was lucky, wasn't it? So then all you do is grab your other one, the other character, and we're going to put a bit of ink, make sure it's all the way on that stamp, on the stamp block. It's an old stamp block top, this one needs a good wash. Because he's faint, I'm going to just stamp him off a couple of times and then stamp him onto the painted background. So you get the gist of it. I have changed that one to be talking to that one. So there you go. How's that? Reverse stamping. And everything comes out backwards on a gel plate. So if you're doing numbers or letters, if you've got a stencil, put the stencil upside down. It'll look weird, but the print will come out the right way around. Okay, let's have a look at what we've done today. Just go to my secret stash under my craft sheet. Okay. How's this? This one. This one. This one. And this one. So that's having fun with a gel plate, using the dirty bits, using stamps, and you know, we could have gone in and done heaps more. I could be here for an hour or more because it's really addictive once you get started. But you can see that when you just stamp into the paint, it'll leave white marks. We can stamp paint onto the gel plate and it'll come out as well. And what else? We can stamp images onto the gel plate first, and then it lifts off with the ink that you put on top. So lots of things that you can do. You sort of think of gel plates as something that you work with predominantly with stenciling, but don't forget stamps. And imagine if you were to combine the two, you know, and the other thing, oh gee, I'll just quickly show you. I'll show you on this one because something I prepared earlier was just, you know, one of those. What you could do is just put a bit of, I reckon, black. Came out fast. It's only a new one. Just as well I put it onto the craft sheet. Pick some up on the brayer. Just like that. I'll take you back down. Let's hope this works. Look at that. And I could go down here. Oh, gee, slipped out. I'm not going to tell you what I did with this earlier, which is why I'm having trouble with it. Because, like I said, you'll think I'm a dag. So pick up a bit more. And I can't even see where it's going. And I keep thinking, oh, I haven't got any on there. Okay. Oh, speckledy. I could turn it upside down and do the other side. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is fun. Look at this. Look at this. How awesome. Do you like that? Just add another layer. When in doubt, add a layer. That's all you have to do. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I had 5 or 6 that I made a couple of days ago doing just similar plays. So I've got heaps of backgrounds now with my gel plate to use on projects over the next few months. So just remember to have fun. Whatever you do, have fun. And you're asking what the leafy stamp was that I used. It was from, which leafy stamp? Are you talking about the tree with the branches? That was from Carved Whimsy Wood. Any other questions from anyone while I'm still here? I hope that you grab your gel plates. You know, if you're in lockdown, shut the door, don't let anyone in. Yeah. The leaves. And he's asking about the leaves. I'm not sure what leaves did I use. I'll have a look in my little container, I suppose. Are you talking about these long leaves? Is that the one, Annie? That one? That's from Doodle Borders 2, from Rubber Dance. They come with a heap of different borders, so there are a heap of different ones. But I've just been getting into the leaf ones lately because it just has, it's like hanging vines. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you find some spare time to yourselves, that you shut the door and if you turn the music on, turn the music on. If you want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. Don't have too many. Goodness knows what you'll end up with. Use your craft mat, your cutting mat, as the weight. Look how nice and flat they all came out. Not a problem. This looks so nice. I'm in love with this one. That's a keeper. You'll see that on a project in the next few weeks, I think. Okay, I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time.